Right, okay, Mark just asked me to run over the gun I'm using, the Beeman. Well, what it is, it's a Beeman 1357, which is in a 177 format. It's an underlever, sub 12. So what we'll do, we'll start at the front. Um, this is a buck rail silencer and I forget what the suppressor, what's inside the tube there. Here we have the rangefinder, which is very accurate. I've measured it to 50 metres, and I think it was less than a half inch out. And I forget what it's called. I don't know whether it's the Nighthawk rangefinder, but it was very cheap. Around about £120. Well, then we come, of course, that's the switch for it there. Then we come up to the scope, which is a Victor Optics Centrano, and it's a 3x9x32. Once again, very cheap scope, £79. What I liked about this scope is that once you've scoped it in, you can re-zero it, and then if you need to go to a longer distance or a shorter distance, you always know that your zero on the turrets will be at 0. Yeah, so that's a Sorrento. And then we've got the camera, which is the Magori A4 1080 camera, which once again very cheap. I think when I paid for this it was £126. The scope was £78, so it's not an expensive scope. And of course the rangefinder, 120. Well, the buck rail system, I forget how much I paid for that, but that had to be sent from America. Yeah, so that's the setup on the gun. Really, I think it's a very good gun. It's very heavy. The only downside is the trigger, as I said before many times. But me being a left-hand shooter, at least I don't have to reach back to on a bullpup. Normally they're around this area to load it in. It's all under lever, so you just pull that down and do it. But sometimes it is easy if you don't pull it right back, that you could double load it, so yeah. But anyway, that's what it is. It's a Magori A4 1080 camera, Victor Optics 3x9x32 Sorrento scope with of course a 0 adjustments, and the rangefinder. But back garden shooting, I always tend to use a tape measure, well, also with this as well, but not all the time. So that's it. And of course that's the compressor what I've got to fill the gun up. Yeah, well, I think it was Mark what asked me to just run through for the people who's new to the channel, and even the people what's old to the channel, what sort of gun am I using. It's a sub 12, and it's a Beeman 1357 underlever. And I like it very much. Well, now I've got it the way I want it. I can't fault the gun except the trigger. Sometimes you pull that trigger back and you do come off target a little bit, but it's a kind of thing that you've got to get used to. So that's it. At the moment I'm in my dirty workshop, and I've just finished cleaning the barrel. Now when I clean the barrel, I don't take all the lead out. I only take particles of lead. So when I think it's just right, so you still got a lead coating, that's when I finish cleaning. And I do that every 250, 300 shots. Here's the Foster fitting where I fill it up with air. Once a month I will put a drip of silicone oil in, so I'll let the compressor then blow that right through. Some people say no, don't do it, but silicone oil don't hurt. All it does is lubricate whatever O-rings are inside, I hope. But I've done that to all my guns, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. The Beeman 1357. Right, okay, it's just started to spit with rain. I'm gonna, although the rifle's getting a little bit wet, I'm gonna do this. Gilmore Castella said about hitting, going through a nut of a nut what's balanced on top of a bolt. Well, I don't think I can do it. One of the reasons is that I think if I even hit the if I do squeeze through the hole with a 177 pellet, the vibration hitting the back will knock it off anyway. But I can only give it a go. I don't reckon the chances on this. And I've got the targets out. That target there, the swinging target, is around about it's around about 1.5 meters away from the backing, and then I've got the other hit down targets, which is around about 5 yards away from the backing. So they're all at different ranges at the moment, and so I've got my 0 dots up there. I've got that nut there. I've got the rack down there, and the swinging targets there. So this is kind of old over on some of the shots, or old under, whatever. So we'll give it a go. First I'm going to take my 0, and I think the vibration will cause the nut to fall off anyway. So we'll just give it a go. Loading the first magazine in. Oh, by the way, my pellets what I use are Bisley Magnum. They're 10.6 pellets, and I found these pellets are best for the gun. You know? So I'm going to take my 0 first, and we'll take that one. So I've shot under that. See the pellet there? I've shot under, so I might have just pulled that a bit. So now I'm going to go on to the second one. So you just come up a little bit. Hit that one. Just hit that one. And now I'm on. Oh, hang on. I'll have to shoot that because that's in the way. When I load it in. So that one's in the way. And there's my other 0. So I can take that one. And that's it. So that's my 3 0 points. The first one wasn't all that good. I could go back to the first one and try again. Let's got that one. Okay, so the point is now I can't see the nut balancing on a bit of aluminium. So first of all I would have to shoot that one up like so, and there's the nut. Okay, so I've got to try and get it through the hole of the nut, which I don't think, when it's balanced, I can do it. Right, here goes the shot. Well, that was very close. And as I say, I think when we go down, we'll have a look at that nut, and there's a little bit of wind blowing, see? But we'll have a look at that when I go down, and we'll put the nut back on and see where the pellet hole is, to be fair. Okay, we can start, I don't know. Now this is, as I say, all different sort of thing, Bob, so I can hold over. And I'm just resighting, well I'm not resighting the scope, but it's and as you can see I'm not taking my time over these. Oh, last shot, so that's a shame, isn't it? That was the first 12, the last 12 going in. And as I say, this is all down to practicing. Missed that one. Oh, I missed that one. I pulled that one. Right, let's get that one back. Where is it? Where's me? Right, let's release all of them. Now we'll go for the rat while that's, well, it's not swinging hard enough, so we'll take that one out. God, I missed that. Unbelievable. Okay, it's swinging hard. I've got 3 more shots, I think, so we're taking the rat's head. That's it, that's dead. That's dead again. Last shot coming up. And that's dead again. Well, I done that bit quick because it is raining a little bit harder now. So oh no, I've got one more shot. Okay, I don't want that to go for. Might as well hit the rat again, I suppose. Oh, dear me. Okay. Yeah, it's raining. I don't know if you can see the rain on the car there, but my rifle's wet. And that is really the end of the contest. I'm going to put the rifle in the shed for a minute. and then I'll dry it off. Now I'll take you down and have a look at that nut. Okay, let's take you down and have a look at this nut. I'll just get these metal targets out of it. There's a pellet hole. Yeah, it might have moved that. And if you look through, it's very hard. If you look through the hole, you can see the pellet hole. So it's hard for me to say whether I've done it or not. I'll try it in slow motion and see what happens. Poor old rat again, he's been shot so many times. But anyway, this was a suggestion, wasn't, he didn't challenge me to do it, he just said like, I think you could do it, you know. So I've tried it. Well, I'll have to go in because it's raining a bit harder now. Right, okay, I've just played the video back in slow motion on the nut. And once again, just like the candles, I can't tell. So really, it's up to yourselves whether I did do it or not. But Gilmer Costello, or Costa, just suggested that to me, and I thought to myself, yeah, I'll give it a go and see what happens. So I only took one shot at it. I might try it again later, but I think it was Mark what said about telling people about my setup and rifle, what I use, and what distance. My distance is always 25 yards. Yeah, anyway, it's certainly raining now, so I'm just going to finish editing this and then stick it on YouTube. Okay, so I'll see you all again later. So have a happy day, or a nice day, and happy shooting. I'll see you again later. Bye.